The long version of my name is Ana Sofia Fialho Coelho dos Reis. And I just go by Sofia Reis, which here is basically Sofia Reis because it's spelled R-E-I-S. I was born in Lisbon and I grew up in Lisbon and I basically lived all my life in Portugal. For us, eating is a must, and we stop every day all together and have a meal, at least one meal a day together. And so eating has a totally different importance and this cultural understanding in my culture. And we can be eating and talking about other foods we like. So it's kind of a very Portuguese thing to be at the table and talking about other wonderful foods that once we had, or you're reminded by a flavor or a smell. And so we have a much more, so food is much more present in our culture. So in my family, we all like eating. So basically, I cook because I like eating. I just always cooked. I don't remember not really knowing how to cook. But basically, it's more the opposite. I have a son who's a professional cook. And he always says, oh, it was my grandma. If my grandmom, so my mom's mom, if she would be alive, she just passed away in February, but if she would be alive, she would have turned 100 yesterday. And she loved this soup. The dish I'm going to cook is called chickpea soup with spinach, which is kind of the two components, but you can adapt it easily to whatever veggies you have available. We have a river that more or less crosses the country in two halves. So the southern part uses more chickpeas in their culinary, and that's how I think I got it. And I really do like chickpeas, so that's why I did it. I thought about this soup. We have hundreds of different soups in Portugal, most of them with veggies. But I thought about this soup because it's something that you can do in a dorm or with almost no tools and almost no resources as soon as you have peas, which is kind of available always, and then you can have some veggies and you can have a wonderful soup, and it's kind of very easy. Also, I thought it could be, if you're not vegetarian, you can have a meat version of the soup with bacon, which gives it a really good flavor, or without bacon if you're a vegetarian. This soup can be made easily with ingredients that are totally accessible. The version I made today was basically with the veggies that are available in this season in Missoula. So I start by having canned chickpeas, and because I like them soft, of course then the ones you buy, when they're canned, they're already cooked, so if you like hard chickpeas you can use them as they are. I like them softer, so actually the first thing I do is to take everything that is inside the can and boil the chickpeas while I start cutting the veggies. Then the first step is to put the bacon inside the pan and fry the bacon until it's crisp as you like it. So basically, again, it's your the way you like it. When the bacon is ready, you set the bacon aside and you keep all the fat of the bacon inside the pan. Then you add to the fat of the bacon olive oil, and you add the onions, or the onion, actually it was one single, a generous onion, and 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, all chopped into the fat, and you want them to fry until they are brownish, when also the edges of the onion start to be crisp. When you start having the onions and the garlic, you add a tablespoon of cumins, and then you add salt and pepper according to your flavor. After the onions are already fried, I add the peppers. After the peppers are starting to be soft, then I add all the other vegetables, cut it in small cubes. I'm sure there's a name for that in English. I just know the Portuguese name where you cut the small veggies. So then you add all the veggies, the chickpeas that were already cooked or pre-cooked, and water. And you let all this get to a boil, and then when the vegetables are cooked, just last minute, you add a bunch of spinach. For serving, you make sure that each of your dishes have some bacon, so you can equally share the bacon among all the dishes. And that's the soup. Say it's a really rich vegetable soup. The broth is more tasty than you can imagine, but everything together really matches and has a very consistent, interesting taste.
It's delicious. Just the right amount of salt. The bacon really, I think, pulls everything together.